let Quo get the point advantage. There's none of that. Quo and Eric here, they are really good at what they do. They're really practiced at the game. I mean, Eric had one of the quickest ascents in recent memory. I mean, we know what these two are capable of, and they're just capable of popping off a good run just like that. So, as we see what this electrode is.
Hashtag coronavirus. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah, so we were talking about metagame stuff. So, something that's important here is that we have plenty of time on the timer still. We still have plenty of resets. So at this point, both runners should be using those resets if they come to a point where they are not going to be able to beat the times that they have already, right? They have these 21-minute times that they both submitted. They need to beat these times realistically because, you know, Quo can't just sit on a 21:00. We know that Eric can beat that. We know Eric can beat that by a lot, right? We know he can beat it by 18 seconds, right? Eric can definitely beat a 21:00, and Quo can definitely beat a 21:06. So both players here have to put forward really solid runs in order to really secure the victory here. So they have a good baseline to start with, right? But we do need to see both these runners put up even better runs to really, really push this forward. So hopefully we get to see some of that. They do have resets. They do have time. Let's see what they can produce.
I'm going to make a prediction right now.
What's that?
My prediction is that we are going to see the first 20-40 minute time, 20-40 of the tournament in this match. Two people definitely capable of dropping 20-40s.
If I mean, these two are the most capable left in the tournament to do so. I myself have never gotten a 20-40, and I think Levon is like a 20-49, or is he still at a 20-50? For goodness sake. So we're looking at, you know, these two players are the most likely.
And I just want to say, Drogi does have a 20-43. Shout out to Drogi's 20-43.
He does, in fact. However, Drogi is no longer in the tournament.
I remember that for some reason. Call it a habit.
There you go. All right, let's see. Let's see, we're approaching the magnet section here. Let's see if both players think, no, that was the last one.
Levon is handy capable, says Rezu. Check out these magnets.
I'm curious if Levon is even practicing right now. Something tells me probably not.
Is probably playing Smush right now, or Minecraft. He probably built some contraption.
Probably. Alright, let's see how this plays out. I saw that Quo's magnets were really good, and looks like Eric's magnets are also pretty good. Start the cutscene. There we go.
That's what we like to call in the business a magnet carta.
Alright. I'll remember that for next time.
The restrictions on the king, man. Like magnets at the end of tunnel.
Viva La France.
Hey, CJ. Thank you, sir.
Actually going for world record right now sounds good to fun. I want you to world record on me during the tournament.
Levon rips his shirt off like a la Lou Ferrigno in the original Incredible Hulk TV show. He just goes full on Thundercats in his bedroom.
I mean, both players here put up good points. I think Eric was at 56, right? Only very slightly behind. Yep, see? Rizu's keeping track. Quo with a 609 with 57k. And then Eric with a 610 at 56.9k. They are neck and neck, both points and time.
Rizu's like our sideline StatCast correspondent.
I appreciate him, because that is very helpful.
He's an analyst, a retired runner. Forcibly retired, no offense, buddy. You did your best.
Yes. I sent him to the Shadow Realm. It's true.
Kaiba! You know, when I first met you, I was doing my Joey impressions back then.
Rizu or me?
Met you.
You were doing
also,
Joey?
Magmar Snipe. Yeah. Baby dragon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The time was it.
I remember that. Brings back memories.
Serenity. Didn't say they were good.
No one said they were bad either.
Well, let me tell you something. I saw a sign in Town Hall the other day that said the county clerk. I know where they should have put it.
Did you say, hey, Yugi? Hey, Yugi! We both said it.
Baby! No, I'm not doing it.
We both
All
synergized. We were like, hey, Yug! Hey, Yug! I'm walking here.
I had an idea. That was really funny. I thought it would be really funny if me and you played a version of the Newlywed Game. Just our friendship alone.
Uh-huh.
Right? You know the concept of the game, right?
Yeah, it's like you ask someone
it.
a question, they write the answer down, then the husband or whoever has to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, because it'd be an interesting glimpse into our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that we have a bunch of little quirks that people would find interesting. For example, whenever I want to talk to CC, I ask him a one-word question.
And it's not call.
It does not call. If you get that, if anyone gets that, I will donate $10 to Icaid right now.
If anybody knows the code word we use for a voice call.
I don't know if anyone knows that one.
I highly doubt it. We've talked about it before, though.
We have mentioned it before.
I don't know if I've talked about it on stream or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's been on stream. I don't know. I know I've said it before, but I don't think anyone remembers. Why should they? They're not
We
part
can
of
tell
our
the
call.
story. If someone is willing to go back and watch the countless hours of quality CC Neverender VOD footage.
Also, just noticed Quo missed shoulder.
Oh my goodness.
This is going to be interesting.
Well, don't worry, CC, because there's a bunch of shelters at the end if he doesn't get 3 cloisters.
Well, he's going to go for the one on Slowpoke, or Slowbro or whatever, but
Oh,
it's going to be a big deficit for Quo here.
So what you're saying, John, is he dropped a lot of spaghetti on that play.
You could say so. I guess he's just going to hold out for Cloister here. Now, this run is pretty good, but maybe at this point he's kind of fingers crossed. Maybe he'll use up all his bad RNG and not get a Cloister. Maybe he'll get a Cloister.
The question is he on pace to beat Matt Turk?
Nobody knows. Nobody's watched that video.
Yeah. He did get a cloister. He did take a picture of that shelter, by the way. 'Cause I was a little weary of that shelter too.
It's smart of him to do so. As you can see, a man of experience. Quo has been here before, right? Quo has been in this situation too many times. He knows exactly that sometimes there's it's just
Cloy. That's got to be a reset.
no Cloy from Mr. Eric here. Alrighty.
If you're Eric, I don't know if you think you can beat a 21 minute. If you can get a sub 21 with Jinx, I don't think you can.
I don't have a lot of confidence in that. I mean, Eric and Quo would be the two people who probably could do so, but definitely
Yeah,
okay, now
I'm
we see a
expecting
reset.
a reset. Yeah.
Now we see. Okay.
He can go all in on this. He could, Rookie. He could have.
He shouldn't, but he could.
Oh, Eric constantly going into his options.
He loves those options.
And he presses F to pay respect as we see if Quo can espouse his Ditto demons.
He chose the wrong video file with Volcano. He pulled up an old VOD and he was like, ah, shit, this one doesn't have voice.
This was with, oh man, I'm glad no one's listening to my audio, which is conveniently down because this one's a voice call with Dan. I'm not taking the I'm taking the piss, but his audio is down, right?
Yeah, his audio is in fact down. Yeah, it's whenever I try to do his audio, it's just nothing. I did restart his stream, so maybe, but probably not.
The carnivorous creator.
The voice call with Dan where Dan says racist stuff? Oof. Come on, bro. I always knew he would say racist stuff.
Reizu thinks it's about about him, but it's actually him calling it the Chinese virus over and over again.
You know, I had a customer tell me that China engineered this virus to kill American old people.
We went to, when I was a younger man, I went to an aquarium in Virginia. Shout out to Norfolk, beautiful town.
Shout outs to Norfolk. Never been there.
Shout out Norfolk, beautiful town. Lot of military, but beautiful. I went to a aquarium, which is beautiful. I recommend everyone go there. Lots of wildlife in the zoo, right? Lots of animals. And the final room before you can leave is a pool that has the manta rays. You know, the cold-blooded killers that murdered and took Steve Irwin away from us.
Rest in peace.
Hashtag too soon. Hashtag rest in peace, Steve Irwin.
Hashtag
Iggy Irwin is pretty hot. Yep. Hashtag Iggy. So, the attendant in that room is wearing an Omaha Beach hat. He has a stool with his jacket on it, which is a VFW jacket. And he is wearing an American flag shirt, and this man is in his 80s. And he is walking the children. I took my niece and my nephew there, and at the time they were both 10 or younger. And he's walking us through... Oh, did he reset in Valley?
Quo reset. I mean, I think he knew that his time wasn't going to be good enough to beat that 21. And I think he kind of remembered, and he was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, he's resetting because he messed up the file select. So I'll make this really short. The old man was saying that everything in this tank is something even a Chinaman wouldn't eat. So... It was the last room in this aquarium, and he's going up to all the children being like, a Chinaman won't even eat this, and this is not meat. I've seen a Chinaman eat catfish bones. I'm like, in China? What? Where were you? Where were you in the war?
Back in Korea.
China. Yeah, no. Very weird, very weird. So, yes, most racist man I ever meet at the most beautiful aquarium I've ever been to in a very nice town. Surprisingly, the last room of this aquarium that was required to go through to exit. So, all the kids just wanting to pet a manta ray, instead were given a lesson on why Grandpa lives in a home. He was a World War III vet, a man ahead of his time.
Literally.
Yeah, he didn't know yet. Biological warfare, it's real. What was that guy that said he was fucking himself in the ass to own the lips? It's like kind of like that. That's the customer you had today.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, CC, I'm glad to see that you've replaced the Speed Docs logo.
I did.
With the new logo. The logo I think we only used for the first 2 or 3 videos.
Yes. Oh, the one for, I think DKC was using that. I think it was after DKC we switched.
When did we retire the clip? I thought it was before DKC.
Well, because Thug was the last video that was the clip, right?
Oh my god.
Thug was the last video we put out before DKC.
Yeah.
So I think after that we decided to just like, fuck it.
But you know, speaking of Speed Docs,
speaking of,
we do have a video coming out this month.
Very soon. Very soon.
We have the world record history of Banjo-Kazooie 100%. And if you think you know the story, we're here to tell you you're mostly right. But there's a few things that you didn't know.
It's a very interesting journey, yeah. And I think a lot of people kind of have an idea of what the history is. And, you know, that's no way to, you know, beat around the bush. You know, everyone knows, sometimes everyone knows the most common stories. But there's still a lot of stuff back there.
Yes. And I will say that we discovered some things in this journey that surprised me, a devout Banjo fan.
After FFM. Yeah, there's a lot of early history stuff that's not really told. We asked around and a lot of people were like, I don't know, I kind of just started watching in 2017, so.
I will tell you that I have been following since I started watching speedrunning, and I did not know all of it, and partially reason because the community has not been great at documenting. Ooh, 23,980.
Another reset
that
from
is
Quo here.
a hard cut. That is finding your wife in bed with another man and not kicking him out immediately.
Quo is having issues selecting the right file name.
Well, this is all practice for him to get the correct video synced up.
Oh, there you go.
And a 52,870. Not great points here for Eric. Will we see a reset? No, I think he's going to roll with it.
That's a tough call, man. I mean, he can do it, and that's going to lose him a little bit of time if he goes for like a better picture, like a posed Moltres. Right.
He might need it though.
The problem is, that's the thing, is that even if he does that, he now has to play perfect for the rest of the run in order to really get a solid attempt out. Like, I don't think he can get a 2140X with this run that he's on right now.
No, probably not. I mean, that would be... He would have to get everything else perfect, and I think that's unlikely at best and not going to happen at worst.
Rizu brings up a good point here. Eric can still continue this run to River, see if he gets Cloister, and then decide if he wants to reset after that.
Eric, much like Rizu, they are both crafty beavers, constructing their dams one log at a time.
Eric with a very interesting setup here. Oh, actually, it was a really great setup. I doubted him, but here in the end, Eric proved me wrong, and that was an amazing setup.
And that's why he has a 2040 and you do not.
That is true.
That was really mean.
Eric is just no, he's just an alpha gamer boy. I don't know how he does it.
Where is Mike? We need gamer words to be incorrect.
As long as it's not gamer word number 1 or 2.
No, we save those for the public's deli.
Never doubt an Italian at war. Oof. Mussolini would be proud.
What's the line from Princess Bride? Never challenges Cillian to a battle to death.
Eric's gonna go ahead and reset.
330. Yeah, that's an awkward position. You need to get the red dot of Waggy. Wagyu. Why does he keep doing that, CC?
I legitimately have no idea. Baffles the mind.
Well, it is the same video file in the beginning, so
yeah.
that led
he just reloaded it. Now he's gonna switch over to his volcano video later on.
Yeah, we're gonna see that same setup, except this time.
Dude, fucking imagine if you got the same points on both this beach and the beach from before, and everyone's like, "It's spliced! It's super spliced!" I'm like, I gotta review the footage.
Thank you, Clean Sarah. I only memorized Andre the Giant's lines from that movie. And I appreciate you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. And yeah.
Okay.
Nobody ever does the roll. No one ever lets it roll. But you know what happens when you don't let it roll? You get fucked over by the electric.
Well, you know, there's ways around it. You got to practice it. It's not easy, you know. It's not as you can't just like turn left and get it. You know, there's some finesse in there, you know. You got to get a feel.
CC is dripping with finesse.
I try. I haven't taken a shower yet, so I guess I am kind of drippy with finesse. Got to towel off after this one before I get my own match. I did some practice runs. My hands were a little greasy. We're eating cake.
Bob Greasy?
Who?
There you go. Alright, moving on. You were eating greasy cake? What?
No, it was like an apple cinnamon cake, and I was eating with my hands because it kind of came out like a mess. It's supposed to be like a bundt cake, but the whole thing just kind of came out as like a giant pile of gooey deliciousness, and it's delicious, don't get me wrong.
It sounds like it came out more like a punt cake. Hello!
Hello! Drogi, I am a melee player, so you are correct.
That is technically correct. We can carbonate him by the layers of dirt on his arms. Yeah, hello, anyone that needs commentary team, we're available, and we do accept money, so... I think that's one of my... I made a bucket list shortly after a time in my life last year at the behest of my very good friend, John Phillips. John fellow active duty Navy men serving our country, our United States of America. Living in the United States of America overseas in Sicily, ground zero for the coronavirus. And,
That's how ground zero works, but okay.
well, ground one. There you go.
Oh, man. Okay, go ahead.
And he told me to make a list of my things I want to do before I die. And I put one, commentate a live sporting event, commentate an esport, and one that I'm going to share, although I'm not entirely sure how comfortable I am sharing it, commentate a porno. I thought that'd be very interesting.
Now, would you be live commentating, or would you be in person commentating as it's happening, or would you want to do one as like a post-match review?
I think that it would be too much pressure for the actors to, the talented actors and actresses that bring you fine quality programs such as Fuckfest 2012. What was the one they did for Firefest? I remember seeing that on something. Anyway, I'm getting lost in the sauce here. The point is, I don't know, but actually I might think about it.
Real quick, before we continue, we are just past the cutoff point. I'm going to give people like a few more seconds to make sure. I think we're clear. Okay, let's go ahead and turn that timer off. There are no more resets available. Resets are off the table. Both players here got to beat these times. This is it. Levon apparently on a 2040x pace in his offline run. I hope he's recording.
Well, it depends on how much of his clothes are removed. So you see, if he's down to the jock strap, he could be on 2020 pace.
Levon, if you can hear me and you are in Valley, I need you to take your shirt off. If it's not off already, you need to take it off right now.
I'm going to get the opportunity to comment on an esport and a porno at the same time. Please strip for the entertainment of others, Levon. Ask Lacey. Yes, Lacey, be a dear. Please unbutton his shirt. I don't think I've ever seen Levon not wear a shirt that didn't have buttons on it.
That's true. I don't see him wearing like t-shirts. He always wears like a zip up. RJ's here. What's up, RJ? Ask Lacey for approval? That's a good point.
You don't want to do anything to upset Lacey. Nobody wants to upset Lacey.
'Tis true.
I'll be honest. I'm gonna have a real truth moment with you here.
What's that?
I did not believe, because when we first heard that he had a girlfriend, he literally came in and was like, guys, I have a girlfriend now. I didn't believe that he had a girlfriend named Lacey. I thought it was a joke.
You thought it was made up?
Yeah, I thought it was a meme until finally someone named Lacey showed up. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I felt really bad.
This is the whole Artemis, imaginary girlfriend situation.
Well, that was a little different, but yeah. Oh, my girlfriend's here at the event. No one's seen her yet, though.
True. I roomed with her and I didn't even see her for 2 days.
Yeah, that's how quiet she is.
That's true. All right.
All right.
So, what do we have here?
It comes down to this.
Quo on amazing pace. He left Volcano, I think at like 750 something. Like a low 750 something. Like 753. Reezy was keeping track. Like good googly moogly. What on earth?
Jumpin' Jehoshaphat, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. And Drogi says, you wouldn't know my girlfriend. She goes to a different school. Ah, yes, of course. The old grade school defense. The flagpole sitta of, where is your girl tonight? I hope she is.
You don't even go here, Drogi.
Shout out to the Mean Girls reference that CC just made. Let's go. A bigger boy. You don't even go here. It's not my fault that I have a heavy flow. It's because I have a wide, heavy-set vagina.
She appeared one time in the lobby. Well, I'm glad you got to meet her.
That is a bit in the wire. Like, what office does he work in?
Ooh, Eric did not get a good Charmander on that one. I hope he has a backup for that. From what it looked like, unless the camera did some tricks, it looked like he did not get him when he was eating the fruit. He was dying.
I I don't think he either noticed or cares.
Yeah, he doesn't know the backup. It's not really a good backup, and just this might not turn out very well.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the things that we've said about Eric going into the tournament in general, was that he does not know the backups.
That is a narrative pushed forward by you in particular.
It was pushed heavily by me, so that
He still has 74k, still looking alright, still a clean sub-8 Volcano here. If he can hold this together, he will definitely beat this 2106 time.
He, for the record, he did get a, like, 2,200 point Charm Magic.
No Cloyster from Quo.
Oh no, let's see how good of a pace Quo is on.
We did not spam, well, where's that Pokemon?
Oh, this is the end of Quo.
Is Quo gonna reset?
Alright,
Okay.
there's no reset.
Not reset, I mean, he closed his time.
He ended it, yeah, so now the ball is forever in Eric's court. We have tried to mitigate the circumstances by which Cloyster could ultimately impact the runner's runs, and unfortunately today, Cloyster, our Cloy, our boy, has betrayed us. We'll see if he lends his presence to Eric, because this race is all in the palm of the man of Granite's hand. His 19-inch hand.
Now, Eric also has to get a Cloyster here. Regardless, if Eric doesn't get a Cloyster, I really hope that he continues this run. Mainly for content, but because this is his last chance, right? Obviously, there's still losers bracket, right? So he's not out of the tournament if he loses this match. But you don't want to be in a position where you're on the back foot, right? Eric's definitely going to want to be in grand finals on the winner's side, right? It's literally he has to lose twice to be out of the tournament. For anyone who's not terribly familiar with the double elimination type tournament, so let's say currently Quo is winning. If Quo wins this match, he will go on to grand finals on the winner's side. Eric would go on to losers bracket to face off in losers finals, and then let's say Eric wins, and Eric goes on to grand finals from the loser side. Eric would have to beat Quo in 2 separate matches. So he'd have to beat him in a match, and then beat him again in a match, right? Which means that he would have to outplay him twice, you know, for 2 hours. So
Oh, come on, please. Get
no
a Cloy.
Cloyster. No, dude.
Cursed, you uploaded the wrong VOD, boy.
Oh, man, he spliced in the wrong video.
Alright.
Levon with the 2046?
What the fuck?
Levon says, I'm not out of the game yet, boys. I'm coming
What?
for you, bitches.
No way. He said he was gonna do it
I
this
took my
stream.
shirt off for you. That's right, Levon. I knew it. I knew you had the power.
Fucking did it.
You leveled up.
Fucking did it.
Man, we really just shit on Eric, but damn, this is really amazing.
Dude,
Another world record that occurred during the Snap tournament.
the tournament, once again, bringing out the best in our runners. It was a shit run. You know what? You can beat it. Beat it in my run.
Sorry, it was not a world record. I apologize. Oh, Eric's saying GG's.
Yeah, I think
Will he continue?